Hey, we are live. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot 947, where we sit down and we have a little tete a tete with some of the biggest and talented names in the arts, and equally those who are on their artistic journey in the hopes of influencing and changing the world. My goodness, Happy New Year! Brand new year and a brand new month. So, while everything is new again, I think it's time to bring back a familiar face, don't you think? Now, we first got to talk to her back in 2021, June 19 to be exact. See, I did my research. And at that time, she just released two singles then, Nevermind and Crash Landing, which was very much inspired by the Korean rom-com Crash Landing on You. Last year, there was another single released. It's called Dahilan. And since then, I don't know if she had another Korean rom com that she was swooning over, or probably in the process of writing a new song based on one. But it is always best to hear it from the source. And that's what we got her for you today. Hello again, Bay, and welcome to On the Spot 947. Happy New Year.
Hello, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for having me here again.
No worries. Always welcome. Always welcome. And since it is a new year, I mean, almost everybody will have some sort of New Year's resolution. Do you believe in making one?
You know what? I used to be I used to myself have like New Year's resolutions before New Year's, but then it came to the point where I heard so many controversial opinions on New Year's resolutions where they'd be like, oh, but if you wanted to change, you'd do it before New Year's. Like, why does that? So I have an ongoing list that I build upon, but it definitely, I think I still do it at the beginning of the year. So I'm trying to push myself to be more strict with my work schedule and time, also balance my personal and work life.
So you'd rather have, let's say, a list or a long-term goal that's meticulously mapped out for you, rather than just mentally taking one thing off the list.
Definitely, I think it's an ongoing thing, especially as a young adult. A lot of things kind of problematic. So let's say, like, even if you did want to go to the gym every day, you have work.
Oh God, tell me about the gym. We all need to do that in January. After all that holiday eating, it is such an effort to drag yourself onto the gym. But I guess once you've started, and you feel good about yourself, and you sort of continue doing that again, and making sure that you don't fall off the wagon.
Yeah, it's all about consistency, but it's really hard when life throws things at you. So
Oh yeah.
I understand. But then again, a lot of people just end up getting memberships in the beginning of the year and then they slowly fall off as the year progresses.
Exactly, or get a physical plan. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna write everything mapped out from
Yeah,
month to month to month. And when March or April rolls in, you completely don't write anything in your diary or your or your planner.
that's it.
Yeah. So once again, Happy New Year to you as well as to your dogs, Paxton and Cooper. I remember their names. Yes, did you bring them with you?
No, I didn't. I really want to, but there's so much paperwork that we have to do to bring them here. And if I end up,
Uh,
going back to the States, then they're gonna be here anyway. And hopefully soon. Hopefully,
hopefully. At least there's someone there to take care of them. That's the important
yeah.
thing. Yeah. And since it's also the new year, is there an additional member of the family besides the two from the last time we spoke?
No, oh, well, the last time we spoke, I think, did I introduce you to Matthew, our dog here in the Philippines? He's a
Oh
big
no,
dog.
no, no.
Yes,
Okay.
Nikita. His name is Matthew. He's 1 year old, but he's huge. Like, he's bigger than me when he stands up. And yeah, that's my mom's baby, but I love him.
Nice. Yeah. I'm sure he eats for the both of you.
Yeah,
He's
of course.
a big dog like that. Yeah. It's always nice to talk to a musical guest who is also, a fellow dog lover and a dog owner. I wonder though if you've ever used music to sort of calm or condition them.
Condition. Actually, so my dog, as people like to say that, even though they're my family's dogs. My dog is technically Paxton.
Mm-hmm.
So I do listen to a lot of music with him, and I would also sing to him when he was like a little newborn puppy. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that because of that, he definitely knows like the music that I like, and he also ended up liking that kind of music because when he hears really loud music that I am not a fan of particularly, he'll start barking. So I think he knows
Okay.
like music like R&B or pop plays, he's very calm. But if it's like really loud music, he just feels very anxious.
Okay, so nothing like Kiss or nothing like.
I respect music like that. It's just not my maybe my dog also doesn't like really loud music, but maybe Kiss at a low volume. Maybe that's
Yeah, yeah, very, yeah, like 0.01 decibel or something like that. Yeah, because with mine, it would either be how do the way for me to condition my own pets would either be music box music or the sound of cats. Those would lull them automatic. Yeah, which is odd. I know it's ironic with regards to cat sounds, but it works on my Malshi, who everybody knows is named Loki. So yes, the name speaks
yeah.
for his attitude and his temperament. Um, have you ever tried, let's say, playing them your own music as a lullaby?
I mean, no, I feel like I don't. I feel like yeah, about to be like, hey, I'm gonna play my songs for my dogs. No, but I sing them to sleep. Like that would put my dog to sleep before when he was a puppy. So if ever
Aw.
he heard music that I'd be listening to, he'd also listen to it. Very chill.
and and it's curious also the way pets perceive sounds. I mean, we've all gotten used to the sound of our own voices,
Mhm.
but for them, whenever they hear our voice, even if we're not, physically in the room with them, it's just something it just automatically grabs their attention, and they know that you're there, even if they don't see you.
Yeah,
So it's also curious to see how try to understand how pets view sounds or wavelengths or whatever.
yeah.
But
Because talk to my dogs, like they
mhm.
know me because they go like that. You know the thing that they
Yeah,
do.
yeah, 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 yeah. When they cock their head left to right, yeah, which is makes them all the more adorable. It's like,
I know. I miss
uh,
love. Sad.
if we can talk to our dogs every day or the entire day, that is, that would mean no productivity to show off. To speak of.
My dogs everywhere.
Oh God. Would you rather have an instrumental lull you to sleep, or you're okay with a song with vocals?
Lull me to sleep. I actually used to fall asleep to instrumentals.
Mm-hmm.
They have playlists on YouTube or Spotify, let's say, where it's like calming instrumentals that will put you to sleep. So usually, if it's a song that I really like, I can't not sing along to it. So I won't be able to go to sleep if it's
Right, exactly. It's hard to do that. So don't play Rihanna before going to bed because you end up, singing and dancing instead of sleeping. I was assuming that you're there in California, but I know that if you are still in California, the weather has gotten to be, or it is still cold over there,
it was
and yeah, and different singers will have their own way of taking care of their voice. But if in case within the spectrum of California weather, how do you take care of your voice with that kind of weather? And do you believe that you're not supposed to drink anything cold during a performance? Because for some people, it's like an old wives' tale that it's not true. I mean, it's okay to drink cold beverages. Even doctors recommend that. So,
yeah.
what say you?
Well, I think it's different for everyone, and I hear that from every single vocal coach. Like, let's say I have a lesson before a live performance, and it's a different person every single time.
Hmm.
So they tell me like, oh, for me, it just works differently. Like some people would say, don't eat a lot of sugar the day before a performance because apparently that inflames your vocal cords. Or for cold water specifically, I tend to stay away from it just because I know that cold water is also hard for your body to process. Because I don't know. I don't know if that kind of stuff actually works, but maybe it's just me getting into my head where it's like, oh no, I feel like I can't sing properly because I just had cold water or dairy. A lot of people say to stay away from dairy. So I
Yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
if it's the morning of a show, I have like one bowl of oatmeal before the performance, and then I don't eat until after the performance because I get so paranoid. I'm like, oh, I really want chocolate right now, but I'm scared that it will make my voice sound really weird or like I'll have my voice crack on stage. So I just stay away from all of it just to prevent it the day
Yeah.
of.
In short, don't. In short, there you carry a card on it says "Don't tempt me with chocolates."
Yeah,
And before a performance, yeah. Everyone, it's true, everyone will have different ways of dealing with it. I know Whitney Houston would eat a piece of candy before she goes on.
oh,
She
really?
feels, yeah, I don't know, she said that sugar kind of like helps her push through, I guess, with all the high notes that
Mhm.
she's hitting during a performance. True with regards to warm beverages.
I heard that.
That's not,
Like
for
tea and
for your
lemon.
body. Yeah, tea. That will be good. That would
Yeah.
be good. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. We've got some friends joining us today this morning. Jonas Guerra, hello to you. Good
Hello.
morning.
Morning, everyone.
As well as Ace Ambrosio. Happy Wednesday to you. And also to Neng Angeles. Good morning, Tita Neng. Hello.
Good.
Saying good morning to the both of us. Also to Mavic Putabler, who is watching from Parañaque. And Alona Kokoy, who is watching us as well from San Mateo Rizal. All right.
Morning, everyone.
All right. Glad that you guys are able to join us today. And speaking of singing, there's a lot of artists again starting to go on tour at the start of the year, or if not, continuing their own respective shows that they began last year. I'm not sure if Adele is done with her weekend residency in Vegas,
In Vegas.
but I know Sam Smith is going to be having his U.S. tour for Gloria, and my favorite Callum Scott resumed his tour in Europe. So, I was wondering, did you get to see a lot of concerts last year? And if in case, who are you looking forward to see this year?
Oh yeah, I definitely did because of work. Um, who am I looking forward to seeing this year? I'd say Harry Styles because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a big Directioner from
Uh
middle
huh.
school
Uh-huh.
till now, so I really love Harry and I love his new music. So I'm excited to see him live.
All right. I'm sure that the crowd number one is gonna go bonkers, if not crazy, whenever he comes out. But between Harry Styles and I'm more of a Niall Horn kind of
Oh
person.
really? Girl. I used to be a Nile girl, but then I was like, I used to. So when One Direction was still together, I
Mm-hmm.
was a Harry girl, and then I became a Nile girl because obviously we're like, oh, he's so kawawa and he's really cute and he's
So kawawa.
so I was like, he's cute. I don't know why people are saying that he's not talented. He has a really nice voice. So then, they started doing their own things as solo artists, and then I started to gravitate towards Harry's new music, I think.
Ah, all right. For me, I don't know because I have always felt that Niall has this singer songwriter vibe going on for him more than Harry. Harry really more is of a showman,
Yeah.
and I don't get to see him play that much instrument. So I'm not, and that's why I guess I gravitated towards Niall because I see him more with the guitar, and that he writes his own song. I mean, Harry also writes his own music,
That's-
but he seems to have a bigger team surrounding him, and so you know
Harry also has been playing guitar on this Love on.
he does, right? Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the stuff that I get to see. We see Niall with the guitar more than Harry, so I don't know. Who knows? He might change that. So all you fellow Horn dogs out there, yay! All right. So on the topic of music, you do have something new, yes, by way of a new single because it's a new year. Yes, you need to make Bida something new. So congrats to the new music. And can you tell us something about this new song and how you came to write it?
Yeah, so it was released last November, my newest single called Close to You. I actually worked on this song with Fern and Kindred,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually a long process in terms of coming up with the concept of the song, just because it's my first time to actually be a part of the songwriting process and the production process in general. So he was very patient. Fern was very patient with me in terms of, oh, I don't really know what I want to sing about. I don't know what's right about. I don't know what I want the song to sound like. But I
Mm-hmm.
just told him that I really wanted it to be more pop R&B because that's usually the music that I listen to on an everyday basis anyway. So we would listen to songs, and then I think around that time, Good Days was going viral. It was
Mm-hmm.
on the radio all the time. People were using it on TikToks on their videos, and that was kind of the sound that I wanted to go for. Not necessarily like the entire melody of everything, but the feeling of how calm it makes you, but it's still a really good song to sing along to. So we played that, and then from there, we ended up getting the melody first, and he actually put down a beat. And then he sent it to me. That's when I kind of started writing down lyrics of what went on in my mind and what I wanted to talk about in the song. So the actual song is about, self-love, having those boundaries for yourself. And it's so funny because a lot of people, when they see the words close to you, they automatically assume that it's a love song. Like, it's like, oh, I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
be the person that I love. But at the end of the day, it's more like, oh, I want to be closer to myself by showing that it's good to have boundaries for the people that you love and still, you know, choose for yourself and not have other people influence you and what you're doing in your life. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going through everything that you're going through. So if somebody were to say, I really want you to become a doctor in the future, and you're like, yeah, but I don't really want to go through med school. So it's like it's definitely a dilemma that a lot of young adults go through nowadays, especially after pandemic, where they're feeling lost with themselves. And then, people like maybe their parents are saying, oh, like it's already after pandemic. Aren't you going to go back to school? Aren't you gonna go work or do something productive? So it kind of goes hand in hand with that kind of dilemma
Hmm.
that people feel.
Yeah, I hear you with regards to, sometimes parents going as far as choosing the courses that their kids will take up in college because they see that their own children are kind of like undecided. Okay, since you can't decide, I'll just decide for you. And then middle of the, midway or halfway to the course, the child suddenly gets a eureka moment saying, no, I don't want to be an architect. I just, I want to be a painter instead. It's like,
Yeah,
what? Yeah.
yeah.
So okay, so we hear you, and we want to let our listeners also have a little snippet of that for a bit. So let me play you a little sample of "Close to You." This is the new single for Bay, and of course, it is available on or everywhere where you stream your music. Okay, so let's play a little bit of that now. All right. So that's a little snippet of Close to You. So for those who would want to listen to the song in its entirety, yes, you need to just stream that and listen to it on all streaming sites where you listen to your music. All
Yes,
right.
it's on all digital streaming platforms under Universal Records. And also the music video came out last month and somebody very special's in it. So if you would like to check it out, it's also on Universal Records YouTube.
Ooh, awesome, awesome. All right, we'll put that in the show notes, so so you guys can listen to that. All right. Okay. Hi, Ren. I was wondering if the music actually played for the others. Did it come out?
No,
Did
that's
it?
why I think that's why in the private chat he said, and some people
Oh, okay. All
have it.
right. Wait, hold on. Let me do that again. So, did it come through for you?
No, I also didn't.
Did not either. All right. Okay, my mistake. Let me do that again. And that's the nice thing about doing this online. Is you can repeat. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I think this. I think I found the error, but let's do it again. Reset. Is it coming through now?
No, I'm still not hearing any
Still
audio.
not hearing it? What? Wait a minute. How come I am hearing it? This is weird. Um, that's weird. But wait, let me. I tested this yesterday. This is great. Let's see. Yeah, well, thanks for letting me know, Ren, because I know that it's coming through. So this is if I let's see again, I may have some confused. Is it coming in?
No, I don't hear
Still
it.
none? What is going on? It's crazy. All right, let me, it's full blast here in my end, so it's so weird. It's so weird.
I can
But
I don't know if it's coming from your speakers, but I can hear very little, tiny little bit.
yeah, it is coming through my speakers, but earlier on I was playing it direct, so I don't know why. But yeah, we'll post this. We'll post the lyric video on the Mellow site so people can listen to that in full, and of course, uh, at their convenience. And the song talked about. Well, you did mention talking about boundaries and deciding for yourself what it is that you want. And I was wondering, how important is it for you as a creative person to have boundaries?
I think it's very, very important. I not just for creative people or artists. I think it's important to have boundaries no matter what you're doing. Just because, like I said, as a young adult, the dilemma is always worrying about influences or the people around you and caring about their opinions or not wanting to disappoint anyone, basically,
Hmm.
or not wanting to feel like a failure. So, as much as that is something to balance, it's also something to take into consideration when you don't know what you want for yourself. So that's kind of the message that I was putting out. Like, oh, I need to put boundaries for myself because I don't know if the things that I'm doing for other people are making me happy or if they're just making the people around me happy, which also isn't good because you're going to get burnt out if you don't enjoy what you're doing. And if you don't know where you're headed in the future, it's better to kind of have that moment of realization where you're like, "Oh, I don't even like what I'm doing," earlier on, right? Than for you to be, like, somewhere along the line and you're like, "Oh, shoot, I don't really like what I'm doing," but I feel like it's too late. So
Yeah. Words of wisdom there from Bay on in January. All right, listen, listen, listen. So this is since this is a new single for the new year. I was wondering, did you discover along the way that you perhaps refined your creating process, or is there anything different that you did this time with regards to, let's say, maybe writing the lyrics?
so I was able to write I think I don't wanna give myself all the credit because there were times where Fern helped me reword a lot of the lines just for it to fit, like, syllabically or for it to sound better, but it was definitely a new thing for me to write a song, like a whole entire song on my own for the first time and to just be a part of the process and see Fern do his thing. So there would be times where he'd be like, "Oh, I really want to add this kind of sound to it, so I'm going to add it." And then I'll watch him play around with it and it sounds really good. Like I never really appreciated the small elements that end up making this entire song come to life. And
Hmm.
he was definitely down to answer a lot of my questions along the way. So I'd be like, "Oh, what does this do? How do you know when you want it to sound like this?" And he was very patient with me. So I'm very thankful that, he was teaching me while also helping me make my song. But altogether, it was a very new experience and I really loved it just because it's something that I can call my own. So it was very emotional when the song got released because I was like, "Oh, it's like my baby came out and
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Right,
oh, you're
right.
proud of it." It's very different.
Exactly. Very, very different. I also noticed that there's a little bit of R&B influence
Mhm.
to it, and I remember before that you said Beyonce was your favorite
Yes,
favorite artist. It's no surprise that R&B would have a big influence in your music. And moving forward, do you think you'd be releasing more R&B heavy influence tracks in the near
I would
future?
love to. I don't know what it is, but it's like I finally found that sound that
Mm-hmm.
overlaps what I love to listen to and also what I feel like suits my voice. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's more pop R&B. So that's kind of what I want to do moving forward. But
Oh,
I'm open to experiment with other genres as well, just because as you can see, the other tracks that I've released are very different. Like one is kind
yeah,
of like
yeah.
rock, one is more bubblegum pop.
Right, right, exactly. So yeah, I wouldn't. I could see you doing, venturing off into Aaliyah territory. That would be great. That would be great.
Back to life, bring Aaliyah back to life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. Speaking of future, what is next in store for Bay? Is there another single in the works, or perhaps an album or a dream collaboration?
Yeah, I mean, for dream collaborations, oh my gosh, like I would manifest working with Beyonce or something like that.
It
Um,
might just happen. It might just happen. So yeah, the manifestation gods are listening as
yeah,
early as in January. So let's
have to
make
put
it
it out.
happen.
And
Yeah,
you
put
never
it
know,
out
she's
there.
actually listening to a lot of new artists and she's putting them under her label. So
Fingers crossed.
interesting.
Yes, fingers
But
crossed. But
definitely,
yeah,
definitely
definitely.
write
We wish
songs.
that for you. Whatever you dream and you conjure up for yourself this new year, we certainly wish you well and hope that it manifests to your liking. And for those who like to get to know more of you and your music, where can they find you on social media?
Yes, so I have a Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me under Isabella O. Pasqua, and I also have one just for music under It's Bay Music. But I'm more active on my personal, so maybe you'll get to know more of me on that.
All right, all right. We'll put that in the show notes. And I wish you all the best of luck this 2023 with that, as well as your MBA and everything. And hopefully everything is mapped out and delivered for you on time on a silver tray. Or better yet, why not make it the golden tray, right? I mean, if you're gonna dream, make it gold, not silver. That is a wrap for us for today. Till the next episode, and we'll see what other artists that we can put on the spot. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, Bay. I'm going to be sharing the lyric video onto our Facebook page on Mellow, so everyone can listen to the song in full and at their convenience, of course. And let's see who else is joining us today before we sign off. Jerry Rufino, good morning as well. Nangangales and Mavic Patavler, so great to see you all here today. And this has been Cash for On the Spot 947. Stay happy, stay healthy, be safe, and namaste, and Happy New Year, Bay. And Happy
Thank you
New
so
Year, everybody.
much. New
Thank
Year.
you.